He's on his way to nearby Torrington to meet Val Morris, who's been studying the North Devon glove industry.
Val, why have you brought me here?
Well, Greg, I've brought you here to show you one of the finest examples of a glove factory, which is still standing, and where Selina could have brought her gloves when she had finished them, and also collected the next lot for the following week.
How did that work? So she wouldn't work here, she'd work at home?
She'd work at home, and that was hard work, because she would be starting sewing early in the morning by the window, because there was no electric light, and then at night she would work in the evenings after she'd done her housework and everything by candlelight. She
would do a long walk into town every week?
Yes, she would, yes.
With her gloves?
And back again, but then bearing in mind, of course, that the roads weren't tarmacked. It would be a muddy pathway, probably in the winter, and then very dusty and dirty in the summer.
How big was this gloving industry in North Devon?
Oh, it was huge, absolutely huge. And a lot of the gloves made here, and could be by Selina, would have been exported round the world. In fact, Torrington was known as gloving the world, because they would be sent from here up to London, and then on to Paris and Italy and places, because the fashion in those days, if you didn't have sleeves, you had to wear gloves.
The 19th century was the heyday of glove making, with Torrington competing against the great glove centres of Europe. Their gloves were in demand among every social class, but particularly in fashionable society, with etiquette dictating that a lady had to have at least 12 pairs for different social occasions. 60% of Torrington's female workforce was employed in gloving in the 1860s. As a home-based glove maker, Selina's hours were long but flexible and helped to supplement her husband's farm labourer's income.
Can you tell me anything else about Selina?
Yes, Greg, I have some of the census returns here.
And this is 1861? 1861. Here?
That's it, yep. You've got her aged 8.
She's a gloveress already?
Yeah.
George Gill, the dad,
yes.
Pauper, invalid.
Invalid.
Selina is 8 years old.
Yes.
And she's the only one listed as an occupation. So it's possible that she's the only one in the house working?
Yes, absolutely possible. And she would probably be, even at 8, possibly having to walk into Torrington to hand the gloves in. So hard life from the very early age.
And a real sense of responsibility.
Yes, yes, terrific.
So 1861, 1871, I've seen this one in the church. 1881, where is she? She's married. There's Eli.
Mm-hmm.
Selina. She's no longer a glover, she's a glove maker, and it says here silk.
That's definitely a step up, and one of the best glove makers because of her fine stitching.
She's doing all right?
Doing very well, yeah, and I'm sure that brought in more money.
But then she's been at it for 30 years?
Yeah, 30 years. You went and sitting, you know, with a candle, sewing away on gloves.
30 years?
30 years.
But she is being recognised for her skill?
That's right, yes, so it's paid off.
And now, 10 years later, 1891, she's still making gloves. She's 39, 40. She's still married to Eli. Good.
Yep.
And they've got 2 little girls.
2 little girls.
Emily, who's my mum's grandmother.
Grandmother, right, yes.
And a sister Ethel. Happy little family?
Very happy little family.
I was at the church yesterday that Selina regularly attended.
Oh, right.
And I thought that perhaps she may have been a preacher, but there's nothing on any of these to suggest that she was.
No.
So in 1891, Selina's a mum, yes, and with 2 children. Anything after that?
Yes, we found another census form in 1901.
Selina.
Selina.
Lahorn,
right.
married.
Right, yes.
She's now a housewife.
Yeah.
Where's her husband? Looks like she's on her own.
Right.
Lunatic. Hang on, this is a big line of lunatics.
Yes.
Where is she? In an asylum? Where is this?
Exminster.
Devon County Lunatic Asylum. Whoa! Selina. tracking down my mum's side of the family. I'm just bouncing from one tragedy to another.
Oh, no. Oh, Gregg.
It's tough. I'm not used to sad stories. I mean, Emily's story was tough, and I thought after that tragedy we might have a happier story, but, you know, her mum, Selina, this is awful. I'm not used to sad things in my day. You know, I have happy days. The saddest thing that happens to me is somebody might overseason a souffle. Although it's sad, I don't want to stop. I really want to know what Selina is doing in an asylum.